said you follow me anywhere. But your eyes tell me you won't be.
You might wonder why the title of this video is Our Nightmare in Ibiza. You probably have seen like all the amazing parties, the videos, the Instagram posts about Ibiza and the amazing DJs, the shows, and so, you know, we thought the same thing. We've been on this trip. We've been going around for pretty close to a month now.
Yeah.
So we decided we were going to go to Ibiza for 3 days at the time of our lives, you know, do everything that we've seen and just have an amazing time. You know, whether you see these like pool parties that go all day and then people go home and nap and then they get up again at 2 in the morning and go out and party all night and go to sleep when the sun comes up. Ibiza is supposed to be this amazing party place that's world famous. You know, we're gonna explain why our experience was a bit different. For our first experience, unfortunately, was from the very beginning of the trip. First mistake, we booked a flight with Ryanair. Save yourself the time, the frustration, pay a little bit extra and book a different airline. We tried to check in online 3 times, website wouldn't let us. Wait in line for an hour to get our boarding passes. They tell us you're in the wrong line, you have to go over there to get your boarding passes printed. Wait in another line for 30 minutes, they say, sorry, you're past the 2-hour time window, 55 euros each plus tax. Ended up having to pay 113 euros just to take the $30 flight we had booked. We then ran through security, and by the time we got through security, we get to the gate. The plane's not even there. Nobody's at the gate for Ryanair staff, nothing. Our flight is delayed almost 2 hours, given no notice. We were supposed to go out in Ibiza that night. So we got in at 1 o'clock. Hadn't heard back from our Airbnb. Didn't even know if we had a place to stay at this point. And that kind of leads to the next issue, was the Airbnb.
We had booked the Airbnb a few days before when we were in Turkey. I sent a message to the owner of the place or whoever's managing it. Never heard back. Finally, when we landed in Ibiza, I got a message. A woman had texted me during the flight. She basically didn't even know we were actually coming. She was speaking in Spanish. I'm not fluent in Spanish, but I can understand most of the time.
Being modest, he
And I
speaks very good Spanish.
We get to the place, we show up with 3 of us. We were just gonna have someone sleep on the floor, so we're only using 2 beds. However, she wanted us to pay an extra 20 euros a night for that, and we just kind of, we were like,
to
okay.
move us to a room with 3 beds.
Right.
It was like somewhat understandable.
We were like, okay, fine. But she shows us the room. The whole place is like on fire, it's like a sauna. The room especially though, no air conditioning. She points to a little fan that she has in the room about this big. She says air conditioner. That was the only type of airflow that we had in that room.
And it said on the thing that it was like air conditioned and all that stuff.
Right, yeah, so.
And the Wi-Fi didn't work in our room.
Yeah.
It was just like all that stuff added together.
Basically took cold showers every night and went to sleep with like wet, cold towels on us.
Our first club experience, we went to go to Formentera, and the day we were going to Formentera, we had seen one of the promoter people. They're all over the place. So we talked to her, tell her we have a big group of people, but if we can get any kind of discount on the tickets because we have a big group. Long story short, ended up just being Quinn and I buying a ticket and going out that night. So we bought our tickets. She told us, oh, you have to go to Amnesia. Amnesia is the best club tonight, best party in all of Ibiza. You have to go. The problem with the promoter situation is that they're telling you based on their music preference, their party preference, all that. And so we bought these tickets to Amnesia. We had no idea what the kind of music was going to be. We get there, first mistake with that was we showed up too early. We get there at like 1 o'clock. Everybody else isn't showing up until like 2 or 3. You know, we were already like, we were feeling good. We were having a good time. So
We were ready to party like from the start.
Yeah. So as the place filled up, we were good. Like we were on this little stage in the middle, having a good time, like dancing. As soon as like all that kind of started to wear off, and we were getting kind of thirsty and tired, and so we go to get some water. To get like a water that's like that big, like the tiny little travel sized water bottles, it was 9 euros each, and then we got like a Red Bull to kind of like keep us awake. And so the total for 2 small ass waters and a Red Bull was 32 euros. Music was not really our kind of music. We got tired by about 3:30, which was kind of after people, like it just became like a big rush of people. So we ended up just taking a taxi home, got home at like 4 in the morning, and
We were done, we just like passed out, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
At night.
Yeah, and our friends didn't answer, so we ended up sleeping outside
Oh,
the
yeah.
Airbnb for an hour and a half on the floor.
We only had one key and they needed to have the key. So we let them keep the keys. They said, all right, we'll set an alarm for 4:30.
They did.
Pretty sure the alarm that our friend set was like at 5:30. They said, or just send us like a bunch of texts in a row so that if the phone just kind of keeps going off. It didn't respond to their alarm, waiting outside.
And we couldn't knock because there was other people like
Yeah, we
sleeping
couldn't like
in
bang
there.
on the door because it was kind of like a hostel setup. There was like other people
5
using the
bedrooms.
rooms.
Yeah.
So we ended up, like luckily someone let us in the apartment complex, but then we were sitting outside the door.
From 4 to 5:30.
Yeah,
Passed out.
just like on the marble floor.
Not passed out because we were drunk. Passed out because we were exhausted.
So tired.
And we're not gonna stay up. We finally heard footsteps. They open the door. We get in, and like 5 minutes later, 5:30 hits, and their alarm goes off.
Yeah.
And we were just like,
So that was frustrating.
and that leads us to the next day.
So we were planning on, we wanted to do a boat party. I had a friend who went to Ibiza like a month or so ago. She said, you have to do the boat party, it's so fun.
And we missed them in Croatia.
We didn't do any boat parties in Croatia, so we're like, all right, here's our chance. From what we found online, the one called Beautiful People Ibiza seemed like the best one. They had like unlimited drinks, jet skis, banana boat,
snacks.
the picture of the boat looked amazing. And
Yeah.
this is the same one that my friend did. We were like, all right, perfect. We're gonna do this one. Don't even have to think about it.
We have confirmation.
Yeah. And we get there, everybody, tons of people, probably like 150 or so people are going on this boat party, and we're waiting for the boat to pull up. Turns out it's the same boat, little small boat that they use as like a ferry to go to Formentera, which we had gone to the day before.
And the front of the boats usually say the ferry company's name, like there's Sea Bus, Aqua Bus.
All they did was like take a banner, cover that up, and write Beautiful People Ibiza boat party or something. That was the first sign that we were not getting what we thought we were getting.
Yeah, it was a little worrisome. Like,
Yeah, and everybody in line two was like, all right, are they taking us to like another bigger boat or something? Like everybody was asking the same question. No, we were, that was the boat.
that was the boat.
And it was cramped, like, so if you were like over 6 foot, you can't even like stand.
I'm 6'3", and my neck was like this, like walking through the boat, like I had a duck.
Yeah, it was like pretty much like touching my hair, the ceiling of like the boat on the main floor. You could go upstairs, but only a certain amount of people allowed up there at a time.
30 dudes that all came together. It was super obnoxious. Like nobody even wanted to be up there. The list of things that we can't do.
Oh yeah, so like first thing we get on there and they announce over the loudspeaker, like they start rattling off like 15 things that you're not allowed to do.
And it was everything that we like thought we were.
Yeah, it was everything we thought we'd be able to do pretty much. We're like, all right, what a way to start off a boat party.
No jumping off the boat, no swimming without being told like, hey, you guys can swim here. They said don't drink a bunch of alcohol. I don't understand what the point of providing unlimited drinks is at that point. Jet skis only went for like 30 seconds at a time.
Yeah. Found out there was like no banana boat.
Yeah, no banana boat. I got yelled at for doing a backflip off the boat ladder.
So you're only allowed to either do this little slide or just jump off the boat like above the ladder that goes down into the water. And you could only do that at certain times when the boat was stopped, obviously.
So this whole thing, like, we felt like we were being babysat.
Yeah.
And we paid 90 euros each for this. So it's not like a small amount of money. We were thinking, you know, like we paid 90 euros, like we should, you know, we'll be able to do whatever we want kind of thing.
A 4-hour trip total, or a 4-hour party. 2 hours into it, we were like, are we going back yet? Like, when can we go? It just got a little boring. Also, like, overcrowded with guys, as always. We were ready to go home. Our plan was just, we'll chill out, shower and everything, relax, maybe take a nap, eat, then we'll go out later.
Yeah, so that brings us to the next point. The lady we had bought the tickets to Amnesia from, she's like trying to sell us both tickets for both nights. If you're going to Ibiza, just know that everywhere you go, every block you walk by, there's gonna be somebody saying, hey, my friend, you have tickets for tonight. She gave me her number, told me, hey, I'll give you the same deal that we talked about. Message me tomorrow and we'll figure it out. Normally 65, she was gonna give us for 40 because we had a big group of people. So I messaged her after the boat party. I'm like, hey, a group of 7 people, when can we like come by, or where can we meet you to get the tickets? She messages me back and says, sorry, can't do that deal anymore. My response was like, the tickets are for sale for $60, why would I buy them from you? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I have no advantage. We'd have to take a taxi to go meet you and then get the tickets from you for the same price I could buy them online. So there's no shortage of promoters or people selling tickets to clubs. They are everywhere. From there, you know, we just went out and we figured we would find somebody. We were kind of trying to decide where we wanted to go out because of our experience the night before. We just wanted to base our decision on like music that we like, because we didn't want another night of techno music. We didn't want another night of like being there too early and too many guys and all this stuff. So just trying to find people who knew what they were talking about. So for us, like, there probably wasn't a lot of people that had like similar taste in music that we had, or like were looking for what we were looking for, which kind of brings us to the next negative portion we had, which was
we had gone out just to do like a little pre-gaming Ibiza with guys that we met, that we became friends with. We met a pretty big group of like Swiss Italian girls. They said, oh, you guys should come to Pasha tonight.
where we were originally
we were originally thinking of going there.
but we didn't have switched up a little.
Then we changed our opinion though, because we were like, we had heard everybody from Ushuaia, from the day party that we missed out on, would be going to a club nearby called High Ibiza. So we're like, all right, well, we'll go to High. And then these girls, like, we were so stupid, we just let them convince us to go to Pasha. And we found this promoter. He gave us like a little deal.
It was very last minute. I mean,
yeah.
We bought our tickets at 2:30 in the morning.
So we go there. We immediately. And this time we went at the right time. It was walking distance.
And we got there at 3 o'clock.
That was another reason that we were like, all right, we'll just stay in the area. Get there at like 3 o'clock and it's packed. But first thing that I noticed for sure, I remember I said it to him, was like, all right, this is another case of like the 70-30 ratio of like dudes to girls. And the music was pretty trash. The main DJ hadn't come on yet, so we were like, all right, let's wait it out. Wait till Bob Sinclair comes on.
The layout was terrible. Like, there was no way to get around, like, to walk. It was basically like a concert, like going to a concert. Everybody just standing around, like phones in the air, recording.
Yeah, nobody was dancing, so we were like, all right, when Bob Sinclair comes on, it'll be better. He's supposed to be playing like commercial music tonight. That's what we heard.
That's the whole reason we were gonna go.
And so it was gonna be like music that we knew, just like could sing to and dance to and stuff. And not like that techno, like electronic, deep house type of stuff where like you can't do anything. We got tired of it, went up to, there's a lounge upstairs, which probably was where we should have been the entire time. It was more chill, like a relaxed vibe, you can actually talk to people. So hung out there for, I don't know, like an hour, but it just wasn't,
the atmosphere wasn't
what we had anticipated. Eventually we were like, all right, let's get out. So we left. On our way out, we see there's a separate like club within the same venue, and it was playing music that we actually recognized. So like we actually heard
music,
like hip hop, and we were like, no way. Like we were just at this club for like 4 hours and
had no idea.
We had like no idea, but we were so tired, and we just after, I don't know, like 10 minutes, we
called it
left.
a night.
We were only able to go out 2 nights when we thought we could go out 3 because our plane was delayed.
Yeah.
And we went to 2 clubs playing music that we didn't like.
That were supposed to be 2 of the, Amnesia is supposed to be the #1 club in Ibiza.
Yeah.
Pasha is supposed to be one of the top clubs in Ibiza.
Right. So we're going like to the main popular places.
Yeah. It's not like we were like, oh, we're gonna be cheap and go to the, you know, like we had free entrance to like 3-4 different clubs that we decided not to go to because we wanted to go to the best one. And going into it, I talked about it beforehand, we're like, if Ibiza's gonna be expensive, if we want to have a good time, we're obviously going to have to spend money. Probably going to be more money than like what we've spent in other places on our trip. Like we just knew, we had discussed it, we talked about it. We bought the most expensive tickets to the clubs. We bought, you know, like we did the party boat. We did like everything that you could do as far as like trying to have the best possible time you can in a place like that. At one point, we're just like looking at each other like, are we like the biggest losers in the world?
Yeah.
Like we must be the only 2 people to go to Ibiza.
We had never talked to anybody who didn't enjoy Ibiza.
Yeah,
like,
everybody we met before the trip was like, oh my god, Ibiza is amazing. And all this stuff, and we're just like sitting there like, how is this possible? And we were thinking like, oh, I guess you have to be rich to like go to Ibiza. And I had friends who, you know, made a lot more money and went there and probably did all that stuff, and they said the same thing. And we met other people who were there just from all different ages and levels of financial stability that were saying the same things, that Ibiza was overpriced, overrated, overcrowded. From our experience, it was way
overrated.
Different. It was quite the opposite of what we expected.
So if you go there, we hope take this into consideration. Like, if you're a guy, just be prepared. Like, do your research. It's gonna be dudes everywhere. It's just gonna. That's how it's gonna be. So maybe look into getting VIP. It might be worth it. Yeah. I think like every time we saw VIP, a lot more girls, and like the general admission is mostly guys.
Hopefully, something we said can help you if you decide to go to Ibiza, or it can help you decide not to go to Ibiza if that's kind of, if you're like on the edge. Like I said from the beginning, this is our experience. You know, we could have been at a bad time, we could have been, you know, parties seem to be best on, like we had unfortunate timing. Martin Garrix played the night before we got there, or the night we were supposed to go out but didn't. Tygo was playing Sunday, David Guetta was playing Monday. We were there Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. So we literally missed every single one. So make sure when you're planning Ibiza, or if you're going to any place like that, you look and see what the parties are, the clubs are, and what the different themes are, because you want to plan around that, not around like the days. Because logically thinking, Thursday, Friday, Saturday would be the best times to go out. It's not the case there. Definitely do that. Plan ahead, do your research. Good luck.
Yeah.
Hopefully you have a better experience than our experience.